And I'm going to put this stuff up here, the assumptions. Remember, we start each of these problems with a series of givens, and based on the givens, we'll determine which equations you use. So, we're going to do equations 1124 to 1129, and I'll put those up here in a minute. So you want to make sure that you're, paying attention, because we calculate the same things over and over again. We calculate the probability of customers in line. I'm going to put all that stuff up here. And you can cut and paste it from a previous document or retype it, whichever you'd like to do. So we calculate these same things, PO, LQ, WQ, W, and PW. We calculate these over and over, but we're given different, because these are the important things in figuring out waiting in line problems, queuing problems. But what we need to know, but what we're given changes. So in this case, we're given poison arrivals, which means you don't know when people are going to arrive. It's not a set pattern. So you may get 5 people arriving at one time and then nobody for an hour. Service rate, and now we're going to incorporate something new, standard deviation of service time. And when you think about it, I'll talk as you're typing, when you think about it, that's an important number, because we've talked about service rate before, but you say the service rate is 1 minute. Well, that's fine, but we've all been in line and we know 3 customers in a row take 10 seconds and then the next person takes 8 minutes. Well, sure, you may get an average of 1 minute, but that's not really painting the entire picture. So a standard deviation provides another level of accuracy in terms of the service rate. So it just makes us a little bit more precise. And if you did this for real life, you're going to do standard deviation of service time. So in order to incorporate standard deviation of service time, we're going to need a new set of equations. And that means we're going to do equations 1124 to 1129 from the book. All right. And some of these are going to look real similar to ones we've done before, and others are going to look pretty different. And of course they need to be different, or else why would we be doing it again? We just plug in the numbers from before. The standard deviation, as long as I hear you guys typing, I'm going to just kind of keep introing this. The standard deviation is actually only incorporated into one of these equations, but then we reference that equation down below it. So I'll get started with these. We have 1 long equation and 5 short ones. So it's actually not too bad. Okay, anybody else still typing this in? Okay. Good? All right. Let's go ahead and start on the equation. So 1124, I always recommend you follow along in the book when we're doing these so you can see what we're doing. Actually, I'll have you guys tell me what's the equation for 1124. Get you guys a little bit of practice in turning the equations into Excel instead of me always doing it for you.
Kilo equals 1 minus lambda over mu.
Which is which?
I have no idea.
0.35
Others.
I helped you out. B7 over B8, right? So it's equals 1 minus B7 over B8. I'll zoom in on these a little bit. Nope, too much. All right, equation 2, 1125. I'll do that one for you. And then I'll let you guys work on I'll let you tell me on the one after it. Okay, equals open B7 to the power of 2 times B9 to the power of 2 plus open B7 divided by B8 close to the power of 2 close divided by open 2 times open 1 minus B7 divided by B8 double close. All right, we got it. 1.111016666. Let me make sure that that's right. Yep. All right. So right now we have the probability that there are no customers in the system is 0.3. So 30% of the time, the average number of customers waiting in line is 1.1. Average number of customers in the system is equation 1126. You guys tell me, what's equation 1126? You can do this easily. You just have to look.
Equals average number of customers waiting in line plus lambda B15 over mu.
You're right, Will, but go ahead.
B15 plus B7 divided by B8.
Bingo. Equals B15 divided by, I'm sorry, you had it right, I messed it up. B15 plus B7 over B8. Okay. Oh, why do I do that? Okay, average time customer spends waiting in line, WQ. That's equation 1127. Anybody?
B15 divided by B7.
Yep, B15 divided by B7. All right, average time customer spends in the system, W.
B17 plus 1 divided by B8.
Yes, B17 plus 1 divided by B8. All right, we all got that? And you guys are by far the fastest class I've ever had. Every other class, it's like every time I'd enter one of these in, it's like 3 minutes while everybody got it. We were always, that's why we're ahead and why you guys kind of get to go early. So just so you know, I mean, you're very quick. Either that or you're slow and not admitting it. And, but the wait time is nothing. Okay, and the last one. probability that an arriving unit or person has to wait for service.
B7 or B8.
Okay, good job. B7 divided by B8. So 70% of the time, a customer has to wait. Now, in reality, there's another way to solve this. Anybody see, just looking at the numbers, can anybody see how you could know that without knowing the numbers up above? This kind of understanding is a little bit important. You don't have to see it, but anybody see where you could calculate this? If you were to arrive, the probability that you have to wait. So you only have to wait if there's somebody else in the system, right? If there's nobody in the system, you don't have to wait. So if you knew what the percentage of the time there's nobody in the system.
So it'd be 1 minus PO, probability of customer service.
That's right, 1 minus PO. So you would just, 30% of the time there's no one in the system, so you can even do that in your head, all right? That means 70% of the time there is someone in the system, so I'd have to wait. So P equals 0.7. Sometimes when you're doing the homework and exam problems for this, they're going to do things like that. So they're going to not give you a piece of information and expect you to pull it out from these other equations. So you just have to stop and really think about what all this means. Put yourself in line at Walmart again and picture it, and it'll come to you. It's really not that tricky. But if you take a few minutes and process it to what you're really doing. Okay, we're done with that one. That wasn't too bad, was it? Everybody got it? Okay, let me turn off our recorder.